It goes electric, baby, when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up no ceiling when we in the zone. Hello and welcome VAVA third grade students to my homeroom orientation video. I am so excited for the 2017-18 school year to begin, as I just love teaching VAVA students. The purpose of this video is to introduce myself to you and share some important information for both returning families, welcome back, and new families, welcome aboard. My name is Mrs. Gill, and I will be your third grade homeroom teacher. This means that I am your main point of contact. I am here to support you if you have any questions or concerns this school year. I am the primary person you will be in communication with through email about progress and attendance expectations and so much more. I will share my contact information at the end of this video. I always do my best to respond and serve my families as promptly as possible. Additionally, I am a third grade reading teacher along with Miss Morley, who teaches math, and Mrs. Yop, who will teach both subjects. We are the teachers you will see in your Class Connect sessions. Let me tell you a little about myself. I live in a tiny town in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains with my husband, Ben, who is a brick and mortar high school teacher. We have 3 kids. Jay is starting kindergarten this year, Haley is a preschooler, and Hampton is 18 months old. We have 2 rescue dogs. Dixie is our yellow lab, and Lily is our beagle. Our favorite thing to do together as a family is to spend time together outside and cheering on the Virginia Tech Hokies in football. Our older 2 kiddos are also into the Trolls movie, so we have been enjoying some family movie nights and dance nights too. This slide's purpose is to share with you where to begin. It can all be so overwhelming starting off the school year, especially if you're new to a virtual school. Don't worry, there are hundreds of other VAVA families schooling like this across the state of Virginia, and after all, that's why I'm here. The first step is to attend a mandatory learning coach orientation, as this provides new learning coaches with an overview of Virginia Virtual Academy. If you have not attended a learning coach orientation yet and are new to our school, please do this as soon as possible. Next, I recommend to all my families every year to take time to set up a workspace for you to learn each and every day. A place where you will have all your needed materials accessible to you, and a place where you're excited to start and finish your school day. Next, please take approximately 15 minutes to complete the Back to School Google survey, as this is an important piece in getting to know you and your family. The link to the survey is included in my welcome letter and email. While you are working on all of these items, I will be calling each family to briefly say hi to every student in my homeroom and answer any questions that you guys might have. Additionally, on this phone call, I will ask each parent a few questions about their student and focus on answering any questions you may have also. This phone call is a brief check-in and should take approximately 15 minutes or less depending on the number of questions you need answered. You will not need to be by your computer for this one. Start jotting down those questions as they come up so you're ready for when I call. Lastly, please schedule a student quick check through an online sign-up genius called Sign Up Genius. The link is included in my welcome letter and email. These quick checks will take place on a day and a time that you select. The quick check will occur in Blackboard Collaborate with the teacher and student after most of our connection calls are complete. We need each student to promptly arrive at their chosen time on the Sign Up Genius on the selected day and time. Please be prepared to use your microphone and webcam, as we will be listening to each student read independently and complete some math problems independently too. This future meeting will take approximately 30 minutes per student, and the purpose is for your teachers, both Miss Gill in reading and Miss Morley in math, to see what your strengths and weaknesses are at the beginning of third grade. We will do our best to determine what instruction you need throughout this school year to meet your learning needs. It is also great practice for Class Connect sessions since you will log into Blackboard and use some of your tools on this day. This next slide is to show you how to check on your student materials in the online school or OLS. In the event that your materials have not yet arrived, don't worry, it's A-OK, and I bet they're on the way. First, log into the online school or OLS. Please click on My Info first in the Quick Links box. Then you can click on Orders to view more information about K-12 shipping your materials to you. I wanted to make everyone aware that the third grade history course for this year is all online in the online school or OLS. So you will not receive any history materials in the mail. If you are very concerned about your materials, please communicate this to me in our connection call. I will also be sharing the K-12 customer support number with you at the end of this video if your materials are damaged or missing. Next up is I am going to share some important expectations with you on this slide. Here at VAVA, each student is required to log 990 total hours every school year. You will document these hours in the online school. Each week, learning coaches will enter up to 8 hours per week for PE or physical education, as this is an on your own course listed in the OLS. There are not any lessons for you to complete in the online school. PE hours include but are not limited to bike riding, exercise classes, exercise videos done at home, nature walks, gymnastics, and other organized sports practices. It's a good idea to break up your day with some planned active time to serve as a brain break. I recommend entering approximately 1 hour per school day minimally. Week, students are allowed to enter up to 8 hours of supplemental activities per week. These are the extra things that you're probably already doing, such as going to an educational outing like the Children's Museum or Zoo, visiting the local library, watching a supplemental educational video, completing an optional project, or even following a recipe to bake cupcakes. Yum! The other component that makes up the 990 hours is your coursework. After each lesson you complete in the OLS, you will be prompted to enter the attendance. Choose the preset amount of time when prompted if it took your child this long to complete or less. If it took your child more time to complete this lesson, then adjust the time accordingly. Choose to begin working in the OLS or offline before August 28th, the first day of school, you will need to keep track of your attendance hours and then enter them in the OLS on the first day of school. iReady testing will begin September 5th and end on September 15th. During this time, it is required for each student to complete the math and reading iReady test independently. We encourage parents to discuss the importance of the test as well as good test-taking strategies, such as taking your time, relaxing and taking deep breaths, eliminating wrong answers, and taking breaks throughout the test as needed. Then we advise parents to help their student get logged into iReady and walk out of the room, allowing the student time and space to do their best on their own. I know how hard it can be to want to read that one word aloud or emphasize how to follow the directions correctly, but this is actually not helpful as we need to know what your student can do on their own. We recommend the students take reading on one day and math on a totally separate day. Both tests are adaptive, so it will adjust the level as the students progress. Again, we want to know your child's strengths and weaknesses. It is also important that your child shows growth from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. So we need a very accurate picture of where your student is really beginning this school year. We will use this information as well as the information gathered in our quick checks with students to determine what your students' strengths and weaknesses are and how to best meet their educational needs throughout this school year in Class Connect sessions. This year, we are requiring students to use microphones and webcams in each class session during Class Connect sessions and throughout the entire school year. We feel this is so important. It's such an important piece in connecting with students and understanding their abilities virtually. Being with students in class is my absolute favorite part, so I really value being able to see and hear them each time we meet. What's next? On this slide, I will explain what to do as you wait for the connection call for school to begin on August 28th. Please make sure you have logged in as the learning coach. I recommend checking your email and phone contact to ensure everything is up to date and accurate. Additionally, allow your student to practice logging in themselves. As soon as you can, please complete the Welcome to Online Learning course or Back to Online Learning course. Be sure to keep track of your attendance hours between August 14th and August 28th so you can enter them on that first day of school. Here are the most important dates to note in August and September. It is important to note that all students must begin logging attendance on Monday, August 28th. Additionally, you will see that Monday, September 4th is a VAVA staff holiday. Students are expected to log attendance even on staff holidays unless they have indicated in the online school or OLS that they are taking a day off or a vacation day. You can do this through the Schedule Setup link in the Quick Links box. Future visual instructions will be emailed out at a later date. The K-12 Family Customer Support number and email is listed below. Typically, most technology questions or issues, missing or damaged materials, and enrollment questions will be directed to K-12, not the homeroom teacher. On this slide, you will also see my contact information. The easiest way to get in contact with me is definitely through email. Oftentimes, I can check my email and respond quickly before class or in between classes and while multitasking in other required meetings. If you have a quick question, emailing is the best and fastest way to communicate with me. I do my best to respond within 24 hours to every email, as this is our policy at VAVA. Oftentimes, if you call, you may receive my voicemail because I am busy preparing for class, in class with students, or in other necessary meetings. Sometimes it is easier for me to email you back to set up a time to talk, ensuring in advance it's convenient for both of us. Other times I may be able to answer your call right away, and I'm excited to hear from families. I am always happy to talk with families, whether it's through email, texting, a phone call, or even setting up a meeting in Blackboard so we can see one another. I do ask that you read all emails and attachments that are sent home. Please keep in contact with me and your other third grade teachers throughout the school year by responding to our emails as needed and phone calls, as it will definitely be beneficial to you to keep in contact with us. We are here to communicate with you and support you. I am so excited to be on this educational journey with you in third grade together. I am so excited at what this year holds for you and your family. Do not hesitate to reach out as you need me this school year. I look forward to meeting and working with each of you at the beginning with our connection call, survey, and quick check. Thank you guys for watching this video. Happy learning.